Rocket League away decals are here, guys. Finally, after dragging us through the mud for months, Rocket League has finally released their away decals. Go check them out. But I just want to rank them. Everyone's going to do it, so I want to get in on the trend as well because I find them fun, and I think it's really cool. Also, something to mention, I have heard that there are sponsors on a lot of these cars, which is absurdly cool for the scene and esport in general. This is a big opportunity, and I will be pointing out the sponsors on the decals as we go along. So let's go ahead and look at the cars, okay? But yeah, so let's start off with our first one, shall we? So we have Team BDS. So Team BDS, we have no sponsorships on, but it is pretty clean. So BDS is pretty clean, although it's kind of weird that they have their old logo on the car. But it is very clean. It's pink, and then it has that. So I'm gonna we'll give it an A tier, okay? We gotta set the bar here, alright guys? So our next one we have is Complexity. Also, I will be popping the picture up on the screen for you, so that you can really judge with me. I know it's really hard to see in these little pictures, so I'll be popping the picture up on the screen for you as well. So don't worry about that, okay? But yeah, we have Complexity next. Complexity is really white, but it's really clean. There's a lot of nice lines that kind of look like a football field, actually. And they're also sponsored by Legion, if you were not aware by that. So they have a Legion sponsor on the side, and then on the other side it says Complexity, obviously. But it's a very decent decal, so I'm going to give it we'll give it a B. I mean, it's clean, but it's really, it's just kind of there, you know? It's kind of there. There's not much thought into it. Alright, our next one is Dignitas. Now, Dignitas is black and white. It's literally just a black and white version of their last decal. So I'm going to give it a horrible U. I didn't like the first one at all. I don't like this one at all. And on the side, this one does have Quantum Pay, I'm pretty sure is what it is. That's their sponsor. But I'm sorry, Dignitas. I love you guys, most of you, but this decal is just not it. I'm sorry. Okay, our next one is Endpoint. Now, Endpoint has their sex on the side. They have the sex. I don't know if they had sex. The CEX, by the way, not sex, okay. But they have sex on the side. The backs of the cars look really clean, but they're really just black and white. But I'm going to give it a C due to the fact that it is just a little cleaner, I feel like, and has a little bit more variety than Dignitas did, okay? Alright, so next up, I'm going to be placing Envy. Their sponsor is Jack in the Box, if you weren't aware. But this car looks really good. They have a nice gradient. I really like the first Envy, and I really like this one. So I'm going to give it an A with the Endpoint. Or, not Endpoint, with the BDS one. Alright, guys, next up we have E United. Now, E United is, it's very plain. It just has a few lines through it. They are sponsored by Elgato, so you can see the Elgato logo on the side. But to be honest, I really do not like this decal. It's really boring, and there's not much creativity into it. So, I'm sorry, E United. Next up, Evil Geniuses. I kind of feel the same way. They don't even have a sponsor on that. So I'm also going to put it in... It's pretty bad. Like, it's pretty boring. Next up is Faze. Now, Faze... It's basically just a white version of their last decal, I feel like. But they're sponsored by Nissan, by the way. That's a cool sponsor. It looks cool. But, I mean, I like the original Faze one. Whereas for the other ones that seemed like just different colored, like the Dignitas, I didn't like their other ones. So the Faze one, I'm actually going to put into A. It's not my favorite, but it's also not terrible. Now, we have Furia. Now, Furia is also, like, their last one was pretty clean, and this is pretty clean too, but they're just so basic. Like, it's just black and white, but I don't feel like it's as bad of a black and white as some, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, just because their colors are black and white too, like that, so they can have a C tier. Alright, now G2, they made up for their last one. Now, it's black and white, but they have the perfect, now actually the perfect sponsor and the perfect red streaking. And the streaking is actually cool looking. It looks like a marker kind of type streak. So I'm actually going to give G2 an S tier. I really like this decal. I think it's really cool. I'll probably buy it, actually. They have the Adidas sponsorship, and it just goes so well with all the streaks and how it looks. So I really rock with that. Now, Ghost. Ghost it's a tricky one. It's another black and white one. The sponsor is CTRL. I'm not exactly sure what that is, to be honest with you. But the Ghost one is just so plain. Again, the Dominus, though, I do have to say, the Dominus looks pretty good. And the back of the car looks kind of cool. But the front of the car is just way too much just boringness, I guess you could say. So, I know people want titanium white decals, but I'm putting it in horrible. I really just don't like it that much. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, now this one is an instant buy. It sucks because my guy VK is not on the Giants anymore. But I honestly probably am still buying this decal because it's so sick. A Nike sponsored Vodafone Giants decal. It looks great. It really does. Whoever designed this decal, it's great. Between the colors and the sponsor and the stripes and how it's designed, I just love it. I think it looks fantastic. The Octane I don't know about as much, but the Dominus and the Fennec look really good on it, I think. We have Ground Zero, another sponsorship that I don't know, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce. I think it's Astro, but it's a weird S, so I'm not positive, but I think it's Astro. But this as well, it just looks way too simple, way too boring, and so I'm sorry, I gotta put it in horrible. I really just don't like these like, I get that away decals can be like white, like they're supposed to be white, and I'm sure people that designed them were like, everyone likes white, titanium white stuff, so let's just make our decal this. And there's too much white. Like, some of it is good white, but some of it isn't. Like, look at Faze, look at G2, and look at Complexity. Like, those are cool looking white decals. The other ones are just too plain almost for me, I feel like, though. So Ground Zero, I'm putting in horrible. I'm sorry, guys. Here is a white decal that isn't too white. Okay, so Guild is the next one, by the way. So Guild has Subway as their sponsor. That's really cool to see Subway on a Rocket League car. But yeah, they have like perfect, really cool colored blue stripes going through it. And my biggest complaint about the last Guild decal was their logo. Their logo sucked. But this new Guild decal, I really like. I like their logo look on it. I like the coloring. And so I'm gonna be honest, guys. This is an S tier decal for me. It really is. By the way, this tier list is completely preference, obviously. So I'm just telling you guys what I think. A lot of people might agree. A lot of people might disagree. It's up to you. I mean, you can have your own opinion, obviously. But yeah, I think Guild looks really great. Really, really cool. Now, Carbine Corp. My God. These decals, I hate so I think they had this in their last decal too. They had like dots going up the middle, and I just don't like the dots going up the middle. But they are sponsored by Michelin, and the sponsors, I feel like, actually make some of these cars cooler. They like just add to it a little. But as much as I like the sponsor on this one, it's kind of weird, and I don't like the dots. But I'm also not going to give it the worst because I don't think it is the worst. But it's also not that good. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Here is a white decal done right. Black, white, and yellow. My God. Sponsored by Zippo. It looks fantastic in my opinion. It's Pittsburgh Knights. Okay, guys. It's Pittsburgh Knights. And whoever made this decal, I think this is an S tier decal. I really do. It looks so clean. Like, oh my God, I just love it. I really do. I really like this decal. I'm not gonna put it in S+. I'm not, because I think that one stands alone with how beautiful it is and just how cool it looks. But it's an S tier decal for me, definitely. I just really like this. I think everything they did looks proper. It looks put together. Even the sponsor is the right color. Yeah, it's great. I like it. Team Liquid. Now, Team Liquid is kind of a weird one. I find it kind of weird that there's like these teams that like are kind of irrelevant now because they're not making anything or making any good placements, but they're still in the game compared to like other ones that aren't. But like, for example, Team Liquid, and then like I don't know. I think Solary is on here. Like, Solary, like, who cares about Solary anymore? Ever since Fruity, Chaussette, and Farah left, no one's cared about Solary at all. But anyways, Team Liquid, I don't like this decal. I really don't. Maybe I'm being too picky, guys. I might be. But I'm giving it a C. I'm being way too picky today. Usually, when I make a tier list, everything is at the top because I just like everything. But for me today, it's kind of the opposite. All right. Can we... Hand of applause. Hand of applause, guys. By the way, for complexity, too. But next up, we have Misfits. So they had Misfits and complexity. And this Misfits logo looks great. I absolutely love this one. It's black and white, but it's a good black and white because the their logo actually adds to the car, which a lot of these don't. The car is all black and white, and then their logo with like the red bandana rabbit, I guess. I think it's supposed to be a rabbit. It completes the car, I feel like. I think this is a S tier decal. I like it more than Faze. I like it more than those others. So yeah. Alrighty, we have the General NRG. Obviously, the sponsor is the General Insurance. But, you know, I'm also going to be honest. If this decal didn't have the sponsor on the side, I don't think it would be as clean as it is. But the decal as it is, it looks really clean. And so I'm going to give it an A tier. We're going to give the General Energy an A tier. It's black and white. But again, it's unique. It's unique. It's not just like a copy and paste or a reskin of some sort with different colors. It looks good, especially with their sponsor. So, good job, Energy. Dubs in the chat. Next up, Forky! Forko team. Also, shout out Noxus. That man is the difference maker on that team finally. Finally, power is not completely irrelevant. They almost got a top 16 finally. I know that's Nox's goal. Shout out you, brother. I love Noxus, man. But yeah, power decal. It's a unique one. It is. It's fully yellow, fully black. Surprised they don't have a sponsor. I mean, power's pretty big, so it just seems kind of weird. But I do like the decal. I do like the decal, but I don't like it that much. Like, I like it, but I don't like it, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna give it a B. I'm giving them a B on the power decal. Okay. Guys, this is the best decal, in my opinion. The best decal. As much as I don't really like their logo that much, I think that Team Queso absolutely nailed their logo and all of it going together. Like, it looks cheesy, and it looks good, and it looks unique, very unique actually. And yeah, it's great. It's a great logo. I'm giving them an S tier for Team Queso. I will be buying this. Shout out them boys too, man. They just won a regional. Rise. I'm so proud of Rise, Joyo, and Vatira, man. By the way, can we just let's talk about Team Queso real quick. For the longest time, have been telling people that these boys are good. And now just everyone's realizing. Now that they're placing well, everyone's realizing it. But I've been knowing this way before they started placing well. They were just too good. They're young and they were still learning. But now that they're clicking, they're fantastic. Alrighty, next up we have Rebellion. Shout out Rebellion too, actually. Those guys have been they've been grinding and looking a little better since their complete fall apart with Beast Mode leaving and stuff. So yeah. But their decal. I like the coloring on their decal. I like their variation and lining, but it's just it's almost too clean. Like, it's too simple. I don't like too simple, really. Like, there has to be something unique about it. And this is it's just lines with a logo and a name. And I mean, I can't really say I like that. So I'll give it a B. I don't think it's as bad as some of these. But it's also not that great. Renegades, sponsored by Game Time. This is by far the best upgrade here. Renegades last time, if I made a tier list for the other home decals, I would have had Renegades god bottom. Like, they would have been below the Earth's core. They were so bad. Like, I hated that decal so much. I don't know why you would buy it unless you were a diehard Renegades fan. That was such an embarrassment. But this decal, they did fantastic on. I love the unique coloring of the Renegade, I guess. I love the sponsorship. I love the lining. I love the little flare. So yeah, it looks good. Renegades, I'm gonna give an S tier. Congrats, boys. Congrats, CJ. Applause for him. Ricks. Now, Ricks, I'm not gonna say I don't like their decal. Okay, I'm not gonna say that, but it just is kind of underwhelming. I actually, surprisingly, I think the Octane looks the best in this one, which usually I don't feel like that's the case with these decals. But yeah, Ricks, shout out JG. I love JG. Coach of Ricks. But I think it's a B. I really do. I think it's a B tier decal. It's not horrible. It's not great. Okay, now this one, I thought this one was pretty disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. They have guaranteed something as their sponsor. I'm not exactly sure what it even is, but I actually really do not like this Rogue decal. If I'm being honest, like it's bad. I just do not like this decal. I'm sorry. I just don't. Sorry, Rogue fans. Okay, Singularity. Singularity is it's an interesting decal. But yeah, Singularity, man. I don't know. It's kind of like Rebellion with more lines, kind of, with a different logo, obviously. So I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C. I like the Rebellion one more. But yeah, I just don't like Singularity that much. SK Gaming, it's unique again. But also, I'm not sure what their... It might be Mercedes? Is that a Mercedes logo? I'm not sure. But SK Gaming, also a C. I like it, but I don't like it, I guess, is what I'd say. I would never buy it. It looks... They tried, right, with their unique lining and stuff, but at the end of the day, I don't want confetti, black and white confetti on my car, you know? Alrighty, Semper. Let's go, Semper. See you in Sweden. But they're sponsored by Topps. That's actually kind of a cool sponsor. The logo, though, man, the decal is just so underwhelming. I like the colors. I like their logo. But that's about all it is. Like, there's something on the top of it, kinda, but, like, Semper. I'll give you a C, man. I wanted to give you a higher, but this decal is just underwhelming. Okay, this next one, I legitimately forgot they were even still an org in RLCS, or in general. I don't even know if they are, to be honest. Like, I don't even want to look it up. But, Solary. Yeah. I mean, what can I say? It's a clean decal, but I don't want to let my bias of being confused why it's even here. But it's just not that great. It just isn't. It's a C to me. It's a C. Okay, Sonics, sponsored by Intel Arc. Intel Arc. It's clean. It's clean. It's not your typical just white car, really. It's a little more unique with how they postured their colors and stuff in it. So I'll give them a B. We'll give Sonics a B here. Okay, here is a W. The last decal that Space Station put out, I thought was really, really good. Now this one I actually think is even better. Sponsored by Zydax. This is just a huge sponsorship video, by the way. Somebody sponsor me. But yeah, sponsored by Zydax. Space Station has... It's just a black and white, but it's really clean. And they have a bunch of, like, really interesting, cool, unique lines running through their car with the Zydax logo and all of it. So, I think Space Station is really good. I'm going to give it an S tier decal. Yes! Here we go! This one is goated, too. I really like this one, too. Torrent. Now, actually, everyone was saying Torrent they really liked last time. I was not the biggest fan of the Torrent one last time. But this one... I think looks better than their last one. I'm not exactly sure what this sponsorship is. There's some sort of sponsorship. Oh, I know what it is. It's Mall of America. That's what it is. Torrent sponsored by Mall of America. But yeah, I like this decal. It's an S to me as well. Very clean W decal. Okay, I don't know what went wrong with this one, guys. I really don't. They're sponsored by something. I don't know what it is. I think it's Spanish words, so I really wouldn't know what it is. But True Neutral. I love you guys. I love the org. I love the people at that org. But with that being said, this decal fell short by 1.5 miles. It really just doesn't seem that great compared to your other one. Not much difference, I don't feel like, really. Not much variation compared to the other one. So I'm going to give it a B. It's not horrible, not great. But V1 as our next one. And they're sponsored by eFuse. I actually don't know what eFuse is, so that's interesting. But V1, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm a little bit disappointed with this V1. I get their away one, but I feel like they could have just... There could have been that extra thing that like pushed it over the top like their last one. Their last one was by far my favorite decal. Like, I didn't buy any other decal but that one last time, because that one was just by far the best. And so this time I think it's going to be a little different, by the way. I think I'll buy like maybe 5 or 6. But yeah, V1, I don't know what happened. It looks good. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. It looks really good. But compared to their other one, I just had such high expectation. So this one, I'm still giving it an A. I'm still going to give it an A. It's very clean. But I think the other Minnesota team, Torrent, actually beat you guys out. I'm not going to lie. I think they got you on this one. Alrighty, Vitality. I really like Vitality here. It's very clean. I love how they added their logo into it. I can't believe there is no sponsor for Vitality, though. That's my one disappointment here. Like, how are you Vitality and you don't have a sponsor on this? Like, it just seems weird to me. But anyways, the decal itself, I like. I think it looks really clean, and I'm going to give it an A tier decal. Okay, A tier decal for Vitality. Last up, we have Xset. Okay, now we got to talk about Xset here, because I think that their Octane decal looks much, much better than their Fennec and their Dominus decal because of how far up the back coloring goes on the car. Now, really, I don't know. The Octane decal is probably an A tier for me, but the other two, they bring it down a little. So I'm going to give Xset a B. I'm not going to go too harsh, but yeah. I think Xset, they're a solid B. They're a solid B. It's not a horrible decal. It's not anything crazy cool, in my opinion. So that's that. We have completed our tier list here. S+, aka my very favorites, are Queso and Giants. I can't believe Giants doesn't really have like a good RLCS team to rock this decal with. And then there's a lot of other good S and A tier decals that I would also still buy, like Vitality and V1 and Faze. Like, I would still put my money on those. Honestly, I should probably move BDS down one. I probably would if I redid this a little and fixed it up a tiny bit compared to the others now. But other than that, I think that's a pretty accurate tier list. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. What are your favorites? I'm curious to know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list. Everyone's gonna be doing it, so I figured I may as well too. You feel me? But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.